Hey there. This is Mary Sheila, and I am joined with my dear friend Talia.
Hi, Mary Sheila.
Hey. And I'm so glad that we got to do this together right now and do a little Facebook Live action. So, Talia is a friend of mine that I met years ago, and she's always been a huge inspiration to me. When I first met her, she had just written a cookbook, and I was like, "Holy Toledo, that's amazing!" And just anyway, and she had just written a cookbook, and she was doing all this amazing stuff, and her food is incredible. And Talia is also an Ayurvedic practitioner, and is yeah, why don't you just tell me a little bit more about yourself too, Talia? Because you're amazing and you do great things. And yeah, just tell me a little bit about yourself, or
Aw,
tell.
well, it's an honor to get to work with you. I'm a huge fan of yours. You're one of my all-time favorite nutrition teachers. I just think your knowledge is amazing. And I think the way that we both connected because we're both students of the Deanna Center and Deanna Batdorf, who you co-teach with when you do edible nutrition. And so we met a long time ago that way. And then years later, you were doing your first co-teaching nutrition workshop with Deanna, and I was attending as a student for like the 10th time. And but I was doing the work trade, so I was cooking for the teachers, and that's when you got to experience my food. So, yeah, so I've been studying Ayurveda since 2001. I've been a practitioner since 2003. I'm a yoga teacher, cookbook author. Like Mary Sheila, I teach a lot of courses online. Mine are all about Ayurveda and how to live the Ayurvedic lifestyle so that you can heal, and really transform your body, mind, and spirit with this science that we both love so much.
Absolutely,
And I'm
yeah.
looking because I want to do a watch party in my group.
Okay,
We,
go ahead, and I'll talk, and you do that. Are you figuring it out?
well, no. And I have a sty, which I'm not, so I'm not like Popeye, trying to look like Popeye today, but
Oh, you look beautiful. Yeah, so just make sure scroll down my page and find the live broadcast, and then there should be a little bit
here
of a
it is. Here it is. Start a
yay.
watch party.
Yeah. So
I'm the
Talia, perfect. So Talia and I are here today because we are going to be hosting or co-hosting a retreat in Mexico in March 2020.
Woo! It's gonna
And
be amazing.
it is going to be amazing. It has been in the works for like 2 years. We've been talking about it. And we finally just sat down and crafted it out. And we are both so excited about it. And we just want to tell you a little bit about our, Ayurvedic retreat called Rest and Digest. First of all, it's going to be in this gorgeous retreat center near, in Mexico, and the retreat center is called Mar de Jade, and that means the Sea of Jade.
It's so beautiful. There's like a full yoga studio. We're going to be doing Ayurvedic yoga. We're going to be doing meditation. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm just like,
Go ahead, go
uh,
ahead.
so one of my primary yoga teachers, Maya Lev, she teaches, she's taught a couple of retreats at Mar de Jade, and she just said it was beyond fabulous. Like the views, the beach, the yoga space, the food. So they have their own organic garden, their own chickens. It's what we eat. It's like what feeds the participants when they're there. And then they also have a very cool humanitarian mission. So by supporting this retreat center, you are also supporting, I believe it's they're educating like the local children. I forget exactly what it is, but when you see the link to our event, you'll see it. We wrote about it um in the page. But go ahead, please. Yes, there it is.
Yeah, so it is a beautiful retreat center, and we are, we're really teaming up with our knowledge base. I think for both Tally and I, we find that, you know, life is really busy and we're all really, running. And for a lot of us, there are things that we can probably eliminate and let go of so that we can have a little bit more calm. But for a lot of us, it's just the space that we're in. We're in that sort of pitta time of life where we have our families and our careers. We have a lot going on. So it's really about, taking a break and learning the tools of cultivating resilience. And when you can really cultivate that resilience, and give yourself, carve out and create that space in the day with, really beautiful, ancient, tried and true Ayurvedic healing self-care techniques and foods and just that wisdom. It's all about nurturing your, what I always say is nurturing your best asset, which is yourself. The more you can just stay in that place of calm and nourishment, the more you can really also then thrive, right? And that's what we all want to do. And we don't want to, be sick. We want to be well, but we need to actually apply principles and self-care tools to help us to achieve that. And that's exactly what we're going to really dive deeply in, is first of all, I think one thing I want to say is it's sort of like a week-long Ayurvedic deep dive program. So if you are like, gosh, I love Ayurveda, or maybe you're a practitioner and you want to bring more Ayurveda into how you serve people.
Yeah.
So it's great for practitioners. It's great for lay people. It's just great for anybody that's like, I want to dive deeper into this like amazing physiology that I have, and learn from it, with some of the, definitely like the holistic nutritional foundations, but through that Ayurvedic lens that actually you can really, learn to cultivate that resilience and learn to get access more of the like the parasympathetic nervous system, which we call also the rest and digest part of your system. And for some of us, we're going so much, it's hard to dive into that and be there. So again, those are the tools, the more we can learn that, the more we can actually really, right?
Right. And Mary Sheila and I were talking about this morning. We were kind of having a retreat planning session before we sat down to do this video. And there's a couple things I want to tag on to what you just said. One about resilience. We're talking about resilience on the deepest level that you can restore, which is your nervous system. And one of the things we'll be teaching in the retreat and diving into in a very deep um, way, and I'm so excited about it because of Mary Sheila's knowledge around how the glands and the hormones and the chakras actually connect to your bones and your nerves, which are the two deepest dhatus or tissues of your body, outside of the reproductive system. It's like they go so deep. And I'm someone I've been a yoga teacher since 2001. And I go to yoga retreats almost every, no, not almost. I go to yoga retreats every year, and I have for a long time now, because it's not enough to just go to my daily yoga practice. It's not enough to just do my daily Ayurveda at least once a year, if not 2 or 3 or 4 times a year. It is vital and crucial that I create the space and I invest the time and energy into myself and my nurturing and my deep rest. And I go deeper into the medicine that's already feeding me. So that's part of what we're doing with this Rest and Digest Ayurveda retreat. And the other thing I wanted to say, I'm forgetting what it was exactly, so I'll let it come back to me. But
Mm-hmm.
resilience is such an important word, because it actually is a word that um, precedes youthfulness, energy, vitality, radiance, and it's something that you have to on purpose um, cultivate, because after what I think by the age of 22 we stop producing some of those cellular activation chemicals in our body that actually keep the body pliable and elastic and young. Like you literally just stop producing it. So where Ayurveda holds a lot of magic and power is it has these little, secrets for
Yeah.
unlocking. How do you activate that resiliency with outside influences like your nutrition, the way that you approach your yoga practice or any exercise? How deeply do you rest? So I feel excited about, we're even going to be touching on improving sleep at this retreat. I mean, rest and digest is, it's pretty literal, which is why we kept it in the title. So please
Yes.
back to you.
You can keep going. I'm in. I'm so excited.
I
Um,
know, when I read about our retreat, I mean, literally when I like was writing it out and we're like going back and forth, I'm like, this retreat sounds so great. Like, and then I'd be like, I'm going. Oh, wait a minute, I'm getting to help teach this. It's gonna be so great. And I'm just gonna say here, like, we Mary Sheila and I are both, if I do say so myself, we're both really, really good at what we do, and we're so blessed, and we both feel very fortunate to have the careers and livelihoods that we do. And we just discounted the retreat by almost $500, and we're going to keep it at that price until October 1st. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh my God, like you're drooling, or you're just starting to be like, okay, like I'm hearing these women, um, definitely get in before October 1st because you're going to save hundreds of dollars. And yeah, LTO, limited time only.
that's right. Yes. And thank you for saying that too. And absolutely. There is a discount right now. And, and then, one of the things that you said, Talia, is if you sign up now, it's so nice to go through a winter and know you have that to look forward to.
Yes, it's
And
crucial. You need to know when your next break is going to be. Like for your nervous system to be able to, if not relax, at least have hope.
yeah, exactly.
Like I'm gonna be restored. I will be restored
Yeah,
again. Because it's
yeah,
so easy to feel like I don't know if I can feel restored again. Like I am tired, right? It's so prevalent right now because our lifestyles are just very demanding, you know.
exactly. Exactly. And this is really an opportunity. And it's not only, I mean, there's going to be a lot of learning, but there's going to be a lot of opportunity to rest.
Yes.
And it's right on the ocean to,
Mm,
get into the ocean or at least get your feet into the ocean, to connect back to yourself, to set goals. It's actually starting on the spring equinox. So it's going to be such a powerful time to set the intentions and really dive into the goals that you have coming forward and how you want to re-enter into your world and what tools you have to set you up to really thrive, because it's hard, we fall off track. And the more we can kind of keep reminding ourselves and giving ourselves these timeouts, these gifts, like how we invest in ourselves, how we invest in our health. Yeah, we can go to the doctor, but can we actually also like nourish ourselves? And that's the whole point of the retreat, is really to feel and be nourished and be inspired and really deep dive into the principles of Ayurveda, like learn. One of the things about rest and digest that I just want to say too is, right now as practitioners, and I've been a teacher for many years of nutrition and Ayurveda, and as a practitioner and as a teacher, one of the things that we're seeing a lot of is autoimmunity. And autoimmunity, the majority of your immune system lies and resides within your gut. And there's a protective layer that sort of protects the immune system, your mucosal layer. And the more we're in fight or flight, which is the opposite of rest and digest, the more that layer is thins. It thins a little bit, and it exposes more of our immune system. And so then all of a sudden we start reacting to the foods that we're eating, and maybe foods that we've always eaten, we've never reacted to, but we start reacting to those, and we start creating more inflammatory molecules. And, then one thing leads to another, and it kind of becomes like a snowball or a tumbleweed or whatever. And then we start having immune responses that are bigger and not, and kind of going against our best interest. And that's, sets the stage for autoimmunity. And so, yes, there's lots of things that we could do to address that. But I have found, and I'm sure you have too, Talia, is that, again, if you rest and digest that system that builds that mucosal layer, that nourishes the gut, that allows the gut to turn on and create the juices, that is protecting, soothing, digestive, helps us with assimilation. That is really the key. So a lot of times, I have clients, and you probably do too, that are like, their nutrition is perfect, they're doing everything right, but it's that stress piece that is still really high. And so it's like, gosh, how do we get that down? And so that's a lot of the tools that we want to share with you. Plus, you're going to be there for a week to just be, it's going to be like a giant, like,
Yeah.
to your entire system. And if you can really learn what that feels like and learn how to be there and learn how to give that to yourself and learn how to carve out the spaces, which what we're going to help you to identify and see and do with the tools that are time tested Ayurvedic tools to get you there, there's a big opportunity to just really feel that. So that's really a big part of the Rest and Digest Ayurvedic retreat, which I don't even know if we totally said the dates, but it's March 21st to the 28th, 2020. So, and it's going to be in Mexico, and it's not too far from Puerto Vallarta. So that would be the airport to fly into. We will both be there to greet you, and there's not a whole lot of spaces at the retreat, but now would be the time to sign up. And we have a great discount until October 1st. And that even comes with a little care package that we'd send to you soon, and a pre-retreat call to get you all set up and ready. And yeah, and just something really great to look forward to for the way to start into the 2020, into the springtime. So
Yes. Yeah, there was, can I say one more thing, or where
yes,
are,
please.
oh, I know we have to end soon, but I was watching some of the Democratic debates, really mostly on Stephen Colbert, but there were two different candidates. One of them was Marianne Williamson. I think the other one was the Tulsi Gabbard from Hawaii. They both said something like, we don't have a healthcare system. We have, like, I don't know what they said, but we have like a sick care system. And that's something that from the very first moment that I found Ayurveda, it just, because I did come to Ayurveda with a severe autoimmune disease, and no longer have the effects of that disease running my life, which is huge. And there's nobody in Western medicine who would have ever said that that was possible. And I've done it all with Ayurveda, all of it, and yoga, of course, which is part of Ayurveda. But this is an opportunity to empower yourself and empower your life and the people around you to be like, I don't need a lot of external Western medicine um hoops to jump through to be well. It's like that's not real. That just puts a band-aid on it, which I feel like I'm speaking to the choir, but it's not as simple as just like drink this tea and put more turmeric on your food. Those are important tools, but there's a comprehensive understanding of Ayurveda that's available when you give yourself the space and time to really dive in and absorb the teachings, and most importantly, experience them. So this is a fully experiential retreat. And everything you said about immunity, like, when that immune system gets really thin and the foods that you once ate, like now they're not working for you. I mean, it's the exact, like, you can literally put right on top of that the emotional stress rising and getting more and more strong, start having road rage or being angry at everybody, and having every situation just get you off your center. That's also an immune response from fight or flight ruling your life and not having access or connection to your ability to rest and digest. So this is really about world peace. In conclusion,
It's about world peace, and it's about really stepping up and taking our health into our own hands. And
yeah,
that's, like, thank God we have, the emergency care system when we need it, but we don't get the preventative things that we
yeah,
need. And
yeah,
hopefully that will shift sometime, but it is shifted. It's shifting. You can shift it if you step up and really take that action. And that's what we are inviting you to do. And we would love to have you join us. You can click on the link. It's right there. It'll take you to the page. Just check it out for yourself. Again, it's discounted pretty significantly right now. It's close to $500 off. And we'd love to have you join us. Yeah. And thank you, Talia. I love spending time with you. And
Mary Sheila, you're so awesome. So excited.
yay. And so thank you all for tuning in, and reach out if you have any questions, if you want to talk about it, because I know it's a big deal. It's not just, joining a webinar. It's like actually getting on an airplane, but like, let's do this. Let's have some fun in the tropics. All right. Thank you. And we will talk soon. Yay. Hold on
Yay.
one sec. That was awesome.